Thank you, Mr. President. This representation wishes to deliver this brief message on the environment on the eve of Earth Day, which we celebrate tomorrow, Mr. President. While Metro Manila is ecologically under siege and overwhelmed by toxic political garbage, some of our local communities are enjoying a period of unprecedented environmental renaissance. Fresh and audacious initiatives for the environment have been taking roots in pioneering local communities, their dynamic leaders driving and pushing these environmental initiatives into certain success. I have been witness to the dedication and intensity of purpose, the burning passion to do something bold and concrete for the environment. I have seen how they have triumphed past the usual skepticism and cynicism directed at environmental workers to design, implement, and create their own successful environmental programs. On the month we celebrate Earth Day, let us focus on viable environmental agenda, on doable programs. On the eve of celebrating Earth Day, we should make public their deeds. The Albay Declaration on Climate Change of 2007 was a fresh gust of wind to a fatigue-stricken environmental work. It showed that local initiative can be brighter and more purposeful, more dedicated than the best of national environmental programs. It was a powerful message to local community leaders across the country that there was no reason for inertia, for atrophy, torpor in confronting natural onslaughts and climate change. The declaration launched the prototype for local climate change adaptation, the first by an LGU. The Albay Action on Climate Change, A2C2, came with a powerful invocation that the province was no longer at the mercy of climate change. Climate proofing and disaster proofing became part of the provincial lexicon. The CIRCA, or the Center for Initiatives and Research in Climate Adaptation. It was established to educate communities on climate change, at the same time laying the groundwork for partnerships and collaboration. The center is working to pull various sectors into the climate change reversal. It seeks to create a virtual army of stakeholders for the environment. The CIRCA engages institutions and experts from the Environmental Management Bureau, UP Los Baños, the DepEd, Bicol University, the World Agroforestry Center, as partners of the provincial government. I am part of the support group. Last week, CIRCA invited 25 scientists and community development practitioners to a two-day dialogue with leaders and citizens of Albay. Agreements with the UP in Los Baños for the development of curricula of Albay's grade and high schools, as well as with the DOE for the conversion of incandescent bulbs into energy-efficient compact fluorescent lamps have been signed. UPLB Bicol University will assist Albay teachers in lesson planning to mainstream climate change adaptation, where the Department of Energy effort can save the participants up to 80% of their current energy use. Climate proofing at the grassroots is also facilitated by CIRCA. The A2C2 is an explosion of specific projects. Barangay organized workers to clean up major rivers, canals, and tributaries to avoid flooding when the heavy rains and typhoons come in. This actually can be replicated in many areas, including the National Capital Region. Under the Linis Canal at Ilog project, workers get food and appreciation from the grateful communities in exchange for their hard work. Following the Darfur strategy of clustering, the Albay Integrated Agriculture Rehabilitation Program established farm clusters to assist the farmers and fisherfolks with agricultural, technological, and training needs, and for food assistance. The members of each cluster are usually professionals and civic leaders of the communities, and their needs have been identified, and they prepare plans to address such gaps and to lead the projects. These clusters are trained in environmentally sound farming and fishing methods through CIRCA and its experts, and of course, the LGU assists logistically. Here, as we can see, the communities never rest in building the resilience to climate and other disasters. Back in the Visayas, in Santa Fe, a beautiful town in Bantayan in Cebu, is a study in contradiction. Its white beaches and the pristine waters serve like a picturesque cover to what actually is a harsh reality of grinding poverty. Its marine resources have been exhausted by overfishing, illegal fishing, dynamite fishing. The seas of Santa Fe Once, they were rich fishing grounds. Now, can no longer provide for those residents who live below the poverty line. 9 or 4 out of 10 residents live below the poverty line. The rest just live above this critical threshold. This, of course, is a familiar story. There are